I was actually at a restaurant in Texas, and the food was great, everything like that. At the end of the meal, they gave me a Tootsie Pop. For some of you guys that remember, on the commercials, you'd be like, oh, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a lollipop or whatever? Well, it clicked in my head. I was like, well, how many shots from a Ruger 6.5 does it take to get through that? This is a probably 2.5 inch thick piece of armored glass that's commonly found in Humvees. So, I've had this for a while, and we're gonna shoot it today. So let's find out. All right, so for the setup today, we're shooting a Ruger M77 Hawkeye, however you say it, long range target 6.5 Creedmoor. I have a Vortex Diamondback FPP 6-24 by 50, which I'm going to talk about this later, guys. This is a really good deal for some of you who's just really kind of, going to decide that you're going to get into long range, and you don't have a lot of money to throw at it. So again, great optic. I got this from a local store here. It's called Murph's Guns. I've been a customer of them for like 10 years now. They always help me to get my hands on stuff. So with that being said, guys, one of the main things I want to do with this channel, since I'm in a position where I can do it, is it's going to be called Should You Buy It? And based off of my opinion, of course, I'm going to get my hands on a lot of the new guns and new stuff that's out there, and get hands on and tell you what I think of it, and that way you can make a decision whether you want to buy it or not. Let me make that mistake, and you can make the decision whether you want to get it or not. So but yeah, let's go ahead and get shooting. All right, so shooting 140 grain bolt-tail hollow point. It's called American Gunner. Good cheap stuff. And the thing is, I want to shoot this piece of glass in the same spot every single time, because the main point is, we all know that this glass can withstand a decent amount. My camera's shaking all over the place. So we all know that this glass can, withstand a lot. But what I want to see is how many rounds does it take to actually bust through it, if I can at all. So let's get one round chambered. We're gonna do one round just for a test, see what it looks like. All right, so let's take a look. One round center mass. All right, let me get my exposure down here some. And that's what we got. So obviously, it hit it pretty hard. Looks like it almost went probably a quarter way through. You don't see the bullet or anything like that. And let's see the back side. Still completely flat. There's no bowing at all on this piece of glass. Get so you guys can see it, but it's completely smooth. So it's like 3 rounds it took for it to actually get through this. So I've hit it, there's 2 different holes here, which obviously, once a round impacts this, it's gonna mess up all that stuff anyways. Me just repeatedly hitting the same spot, it's gonna do the same thing. Yeah, guys, I wanted to see what would do close range. Now, what I want to do again is try to get a piece of these, to get a piece of this glass again, and put it out 500 yards and see what the protection level is like in that situation. But I think it's pretty interesting to know that with something as powerful as a 6.5 Creedmoor, maybe a 308, maybe more, we might work our way up to a big caliber to see what happens. Start with 22 and go bigger, but I thought that'd be kind of boring with something this thick, because 22 obviously isn't going to do anything to it. So what I'm going to do next is I have a 10 mil here. I'm going to take one of the portions that isn't exactly super damaged. The whole thing's shot out, but I'm going to aim in this area here and see how many 10 mil rounds it takes, point blank, to get through. All right, so I got one of my all-time favorite pistols, the Glock 40 MOS in 10 mil. All right, so do a run around test, see what happens. All right, so this time you can see it actually stopped the round. Didn't get very far at all. It's fragmented and it's stuck in there. So I'm gonna hit it a couple more times and we're gonna see what happens there. All right, since we have somewhat an idea, I'm gonna shoot it 14 more times in the same spot and we're gonna see what happens. So let's go. All right, so my GoPro footage, I actually forgot to hit record, but out of all those rounds, and it did some pretty serious damage, turned this into basically nothing but sand, really. We had one round actually go through, and that's this one here. And this bulged pretty good. It actually stopped these two as well, but that's pretty good for 15 rounds. And then you can see here that the pane, the window itself is starting to, the panes are starting to separate, which is kind of cool. And obviously it looks like that these last two layers here are just polycarbonate or something. It's just plasticky feeling. And then, you know, here you have the rest of the glass, but that's pretty cool. So, and obviously this layer here is meant to stop the bullets from coming through, hitting the inside and the person on the side. And then we've got a bullet there that I'll retrieve here in a second, or actually a lot of them. So, all right, so let's take a look at this real quick because I'm curious now. And as you can see back here is screw some stuff real quick. All these layers are separate, and you actually got some bullets that we can get out. But it turned. I mean, look at that. And there's one of the rounds that we got. It's one of the 10 mil. So let me break this down apart real quick, and we can kind of take a closer look. Let's check it out. So this thing has quite a bit of different layers of stuff going on, right? So it has 4 panes of glass. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in between each pane of glass, if I can get a close-up on it, yeah, between each individual pane, there's like this. There's another little of the polycarbonate stuff, if that is what it is. Seems like plastic's kind of rubbery too. You know, it's meant to keep that glass kind of together as it breaks. And then here we have, you can really see it right here. There's 3 layers. There's 1, 2, and 3 of these big kind of plastic feeling layers that's there. So I think that's pretty interesting to see how these are together. But I definitely want to do this again and get some range out on it, see what happens then. Because these are definitely not made to be shot point blank. And if the enemy's that close to you, we have a bigger problem. So, but anyways, yeah. Well guys, there you have it. So, I know we shot it with the 6.5 Creedmoor, and then we fired the 10 mil at it. It stopped all 14 rounds, minus the one that went through after we pulverized the glass in the area that we were shooting. So, you know, I hope you guys like and enjoy this video. Guys, please like and subscribe, share, whatever you got to do, and we'll see you next time. Later.